Hello everybody. Today I am going to share with you a card, a Valentine's card, using stamps that you have. If you do not have any stamps with hearts or Happy Valentine sentiments. So I didn't purchase any this year. I was a little late getting to that, so I didn't buy any. So I'm going to use the You're Inspiring, and I'm going to use this flower here. And then I am going to use a piece of this gingham paper. It's from the Botanical Butterflies. So I'm going to use a strip of that. And then I'm going to use the Whisper White thick cardstock, and it's cut at 4 1/4 by 11. Let me make sure I'm right. Yep, and scored at 5 1/2. And it opens up this way. So we're going to do a little bit of coloring. I'm going to ink up that stamp with the Memento Black. I'll try to make this video quick as possible. I know some of mine run long. Some enjoy them and some don't. So I know I'm going to want this strip probably about right there. So I'm going to try, let's see what I can do, to stamp this in the middle as straight as possible. And then I think, let me blow on that just a little bit. My pad is really juicy because I re-inked my Memento Black, so it'd be more crisp and clear. So it's juicy. But I think I'm going to add this strip right here. And I was inspired to do this card by one of our team members on our STARS team with Lisa. It was Kristen Martin's idea. She inspired me this morning to do this when I watched her video. So I know I'm going to have to cut this piece at 4 1/4, and it's 1 inch, this piece. So I'm going to cut it at 4 1/4. And I'm going to put this down right there. Let's see. Let me see about moving it up. Right over, a little bit over that stem. So I'm going to go ahead and add some adhesive. I know it was hard to cut up this beautiful butterfly paper, but I did. Just a little strip of it, because I am a butterfly person. So I'm going to take, let's see, and put that right there. And then I have this sentiment that I'm going to use out of the petal palette. I'm going to use the From the Heart sentiment. I'm going to go ahead and stamp it before I color. And you don't even really have to color it. I think it looks cool without even coloring. Let me make sure that stamp ain't going to be all blotchy. That's what I thought, because I stamped it. I inked it up pretty good. Let me re-ink that. Like I said, my ink pad is pretty good and wet. I inked that up very well. Okay. So I'm going to do From the Heart right there. Okay, and I'm going to set that stamp aside. Let me wave it a little bit to get it to dry. Hi Angela, how are you today? I'm trying to, because my ink pad is really wet and juicy, so I'm going to move it around a little bit before I try to start coloring. Okay, and I didn't want to get my hand in that if it was wet. So far, isn't that pretty? All right, so I'm gonna do pinks. Red, I have red, but I have a cherry cobbler red Stampin' Right marker. So instead of using that, I am going to, actually, excuse me, we're gonna do something a little different today. Let's take our real red Stampin' Right marker, and I'm gonna get this brush tip in. I'm also going to get out a Stampin' Up! Blender pen. Here is our Stampin' Up! Blender pens. And I'm going to do a little bit of blending. We're going to put the red right there. And I don't want it to, I may have to do this really quick. I don't know how fast it is going to dry. And look how pretty that's going to be. This must be one of the my older blenders. It's not real juicy. Let me get a little bit juicier one. Hang on one second. So, where are they? They're somewhere right here. Let's try this one. Let's set that down. Yeah, this one's got a little solution in it. Alright. So with the marker, you have to go pretty fast. Do it while it's wet. And if you don't have the Stampin' Right marker, let me show you something else. You can use your real red pad, pump it like this. The reason I'm not, because I don't have the real red Stampin' Blend, so I'm working around that. Let me get my chair where I can sit down. You can take and do this, and I'm going to add just a little drop of water from my pen because I don't have a little spray bottle. I'm gonna add a little drop of water right there. And see if we can get some of that to move. Yeah, there we go. And you just kind of color it in. It kind of already has it marked where you want your darker pieces to go. And I still may use my real red marker, Stampin' Right marker, a little bit with this. I'm kind of pouncing it like a little bit to kind of help where I had made it really dark. All right, I want to get it a little bit darker right here. And you just kind of keep adding that color from the ink pad. So there's all types of ways to add color. And let's go add a little more right here. And we'll add a little more on this petal right here. And I'm going to add a little bit to the center. It's a little light. I want it a little bit darker. There we go. Isn't that pretty? Alright. We'll kind of mix all that up. Alright, and here's where it's not fully opened up yet. So I'm going to make this dark. And if you don't have enough ink, and if you have the ink refill, you can also take, if you need a little more ink, instead of pumping it, just make another little drop right there. And then kind of stir that around. Put some off on the paper to make sure it ain't too dark. All right. Look at how that colors when I got that ink in there. Isn't that awesome? I haven't played with my stamping blender pen, this blender pen, in a while, so I thought, oh heck, I'll just give it a try and do it this way. And I'm going to show you, just fill it in, and I'm going to show you can get it darker in the places you want it to be darker. Just go in here and touch a little bit of that puddle of dark ink, kind of do it like that. Very simple. Just make it your own. All right, let's see. Add a little bit right there. So, does everybody have dinner plans tonight with their hubbies? I actually don't, because my birthday is Sunday, the 17th. So we're gonna probably do something for Valentine's and my birthday in one day, and maybe Saturday night. So I told him, being it's a weekday, we'll skip out on tonight. I didn't mind. All right, isn't that pretty? Oh, I'm loving that. And if you want a little more color right here to this one, after it dried up a little bit, add you a little more color. You can do that. All right, now I'm going to take this blender pen, and you sit here and do this to get all that red out, especially if you're switching colors. And it'll stain your little nib there, but that's okay. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put that on that for real quick, and I'm going to close my red. And that water in there is not going to hurt, because I didn't put very much, just a couple drops. So now I do have the Old Olive light and dark blender pens, but being I did it this way, I'm going to take this Stampin' Up! Garden Green, pump the pad like that, and get my blender pen. And if you want to add a little water, put your little drop. Mix it all up. Alright, looks to be a good consistency for me. So I'm going to take and you can make it as dark as you want. Okay. Isn't that turning out so pretty? Oh, I missed a petal on that rose. I think this is a tulip, I think, or a lily, some type. I'll come back and get it in just a minute. Okay. So I would just suggest getting your supplies out and playing around. And I said this wasn't going to be a real long video, but you know me. I always take forever. And if you want it to get lighter, then don't dip it in your ink as much. And just kind of use what's on the nib there. And if you want it darker in some places, just go back in and add some of that ink. See how it gives it some shadowing. If y'all are commenting, the camera's a little bit above me, so I can't see, but I will get back to your comments in just a second. Alright, what do y'all think? Filling in this a little bit better. Alright. And then now you can scrub the green out. That's how you get it clean of color. Okay, I'm going to close this garden green back up. We're just about done. Let me get that real red back out. And color that petal real quick. Okay, sorry, I get really quiet when I'm coloring. I'm concentrating. Alright. I'm gonna add a little bit more right there. Alright, and we'll call that a done deal there. And you know, you could do your envelopes this way, or cover it with the paper to match, or whatever you choose to do, but there it is. Isn't that pretty, Kristen? You gave me the idea. I was like, oh, that's awesome and quick. So thank you for sharing your tutorial this morning. But here you go. If you do not have a Valentine stamp on hand, just make it your own. You take a floral and a little sentiment and add your little paper. That is awesome. So thank y'all for tuning in. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Share my video with your friends. Also, I'm trying to think of everything that I do have my mailing list going. There is not no videos. I'm offering a free card class, but I have not done those videos yet, so bear with me. I will send them to you when I do get them made, the people who have subscribed to my mailing list. Also, I'm trying to get my blog back up and running, and it is Designs and Expression at wordpress.com. So check that out. And I have a YouTube channel, Twitter, and Instagram. So I hope y'all, there's plenty of things that y'all can go check out on my channels and stuff. So y'all have a good day and happy Valentine's.